Hi all. Now I'm starting. So I'm sharing my screen. Can anyone confirm if you are able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So last time we discussed like what is abstract and what is interface. So here in section 6 abstract 1 we discuss all this abstract and abstract definitions, like what all are the abstract will be there, how we will declare the abstract class, and how we will call the method, how we will use abstract and concrete method, how we will create an object, where we will create an object while we are extending or implementing the interface and all. So these all things we discuss in abstract class, sorry, abstract one package. And now after that we discuss interface definition. So in interface section 6 interface, this is a package where we discuss all the interface related, what is interface, when to use interface, how we will create a interface, if we have a multiple interface, how we will use, and how we will create a abstract method inside this interface and how we can use. So now we will go for this combination of all the abstract and interface, how we will use, and what all are the those things where we are using in real time examples and all. So we'll go for this, continue with section 6 app interface 1. So in this section 6 interface 1 we have a package. So this package is section 6 interface 1 we declared here. Now we have a class. This is not a class, this is an interface A. So this is interface A. Inside this interface only abstract method will be there. So suppose if you are not providing here public abstract or simple abstract, then compiler automatically will provide, because in interface definition always only abstract method will be there. There is no concrete. Concrete will have a just open braces and close braces. Here some definitions will be there, but in abstract method, before that keyword, before the void we have a abstract keyword will be there, and this will be the semicolon after the method, because there is no body or definitions will be available for the method inside that. So this is a abstract method inside this class, inside this interface A. So interface A have only one abstract method, this is test1, and inside B also have one abstract method, that is test2. So if we don't have any abstract here declared, then compiler automatically will declare public abstract, like this. So public abstract will be there. Now class C, we have class C, we while we are extending from one class to another interface, so for that cases class and interface will have a implement, not extend. So this is a class C. They want a and B inside this class C. So how we will happen? So class C implements the A and B, but these all are A and B is a interface. So we can use multiple interface inside that. While we are implementing, we can use multiple inheritance. So multiple interface is applicable. But in the same class level, multiple classes is not applicable here. At a time, only one class can extend. But class C can implement a interface, and interface will have a multiple interface, either 1 2 3 4 5 type of interface will be there. So there is no issue. So that's why we are using interface, some of the real-time examples. So we will see where we are using interface. So this class C implementing the interface, and the here directly we are implementing two interface, class A and class B. So whatever the abstract method inside this class A, that will be inherit in this class C, and what are the abstract method in class B, that also will be inherit in the class C. So class C, suppose this is abstract method, so there is no method body is there. This is also class test2 is also abstract method, for that also no method body is there. So for that they will define here this class C, while we are implementing A and B. For this test one, this will be defined, like this method will be defined, means definitions will be provided here, because this is abstract method. So abstract method definitions will be provided in this class. So what we have meant here, public void test1. So test1 have some open braces, close braces, SOP is there. Again test2 have some open braces, close braces, test2 is there. Means method body we declare for this abstract class. Sorry, abstract method. Method body we declare for the abstract method from the interface A or interface B. So how we will implement and how we can use multiple interface in a single class. So class C implement and then multiple interface we can use here by using comma. Now in class C having main method, so in this main method we have created the object of class C. Why? Because we need to use these all non-static method. So main method is a static type, so directly we can't access non-static to static. So for that we have to create an object of class C. So we created an object of class C based on the reference C1. We are using test1 and test2 because test1 and test2 is a non-static type. So once you will use this test c1.test1, then this SOP will print form test1 and c1.test2 means form test2 will print, and then SOP of line number 26 will be print, means done. Why we are not able to run? Because inside that we have a interface A is there, interface B is there, and section class C is there. So we have to manually mention this class C dot run. So that's why this is the incorrect output which is coming from different program, not here. So the output will be form test1, form test2, then done. If you will run this c.java file, this class C, if you will run that, then you will get this one. So we'll go for the next one here. This is the interface. Before that we have declared the package section 6 interface 1. So inside that we have one interface, interface D, having one abstract method. This is abstract method. If you have not provided, compiler will provide public abstract by default here. And this is interface E. This is also abstract method of test2. This is again interface F. We have a test3. So these all are the three interface we declare. We will see in this real time where we are using interface, why we are using and all. Today we'll see that.
Can you
So
explain again what is the interface? I think I missed something.
yeah, okay. So just a minute. So yesterday we seen this abstract and interface definition, right? Are you able to see my screen
No.
now?
Yes.
Yes. This one.
Yeah.
So see here, this definitions yesterday we seen and if you were yesterday also. So interface abstract class can have abstract method and non-abstract method. Interface can have only abstract method. Abstract does not support multiple inheritance, but interface support multiple inheritance. Why? Because already we shown here multiple inheritance means multiple interface we are extending by using implementing by using comma separator, right? So this multiple inheritance is applicable in interface. Interface have a static and final method will be there, final variable, and interface cannot provide the implementation of abstract class. So that's why these all are the functionality if you require. So interface, then we will go for the interface. So if you'll go for the proper definition of interface, see this is what is a interface in Java. So an interface in Java is a blueprint of class. It is a static, constant, and abstract method. So it is a static, constant, and abstract method. The interface is a Java mechanism to achieve the abstraction. So this can be achieve a fully abstraction, full 100% of abstraction by using interface, because interface only having abstract method. There is no concrete method and all. So this can have only abstract method in Java interface. No method body means no method body means there is no concrete method and all will be allowed here. So it is used to achieve the abstraction and multiple inheritance. Suppose if you want in real time project or real time working environment where you want to abstract the achieve the abstractions and multiple inheritance concept, in that time we will go for the interface concept. So when we will go for the interface concept in this case, so Java interface represent is a relationship. So suppose if you'll go for Java guide, so this Java guide having some full stack developer, right? Full stack developer examples. So here we have Angular code examples. So we will see where we are using interface and all. So we are creating this application. This is just one page we are application creating. Employee management system app. So where we have a employee which have insert, delete, update operations will be there. So the UI we are using Angular. Backend we are using Java with a Spring Boot, and database we are using some SQL database. So these all are the prerequisites which we are using, and technology tools we are using, and then we created our applications and all SQL database informations. Now see here, while we are writing the business logic means service classes, just a minute. These examples we don't have any service class, so mostly we are using the business purpose. While we are creating a service class or implementation class, there we will use let's see this interface concept, where we can achieve the multiple inheritance and all. Yeah, this is the example where we are creating these all applications: create employee, update employee details, delete employee, and with the code here. This is a controller. Inside this controller, we'll see, because they are not using directly, they created a controller inside that they are using. We will show you this later, the business logic. So this definitions is interface in this feature. Suppose if you want, in that cases only we are using the interface. Suppose if you want to achieve this abstractions and multiple inheritance concept, in that case cases we are using the interface.
Okay.
So here we'll go for this. So this is the interface of D, and then E, F. We have a three interface. So here we are doing the multiple inheritance concept here. See, at a time if you want to inherit all the property from D, E, F, because suppose in real examples we have a banking domain, right? So in banking project we have a multiple sections is there, like user modules, account modules, ATM modules, mobile application modules and all, suppose. So these all are had different interfaces there in that cases. And if I want to access all this information's detail in a single class, so how you will do? Create all this other class, other interface as a other UI or other information as a interface. There you have to made some of the classes details and all, and then you have to implement. Or inheritance mostly used to achieve the 100% abstraction. In that cases, suppose you don't have any implementation in that. Suppose ATM machine is there. In ATM machine we are withdrawing the money. So while we are inserting the card, just we are withdrawing the money. So we don't know the functionality how internally work. So just we have some method is there. Once we click on the method, then some internal functionality is work. So in that cases we are creating the ATM functionality as an interface. So there have a button. So we have to insert the button, then money will be withdrawn based on the UI which you select. But while we click on this insert button or process the money or something, in that cases what will happen, this implementation is not there in this particular functionality, just a method. When you click on this particular method, so for that compiler will check the implementation for this particular method inside this class. So the class G has implemented this all interface, like DEF means mobile application, ATM interface, and some other functionality, passbook functionalities there. So these all are extended simultaneously, means these all are implemented. Multiple inheritance will be achieved here. So simultaneously these all method has implemented here in this class G, and all this method implementations has been provided here. So based on that output will perform. In that cases we will go for the interface. So we will see that we will show you like where we are using the interface functionality. First we will cover this 2-3 examples here. So this is class DEF. So class DEF have interface DEF, and class G is implementing, because class G is a class and others is a interface. So while we are extending from the class to interface, then we will go for the implement interface, implement keywords, and then DEF this is the different interface. So simultaneously we can use, so by using comma separator we can use here. No need to do for the extend and implement here. All are interface, so simultaneously we can use. And we have a test1, test2 and test3 method. So for this test1, test2, test3 method implementations we have provided in this class G. Now what we are doing, the class G have main method. So these all are the non-static. So if static, then directly we can access, but non-static means we have to create an object for that. So based on the class G, so this is a class G, here main method is there. So we have to create the object of class G and create a reference by using new G keyword. So based on the reference we will call the test1, test2 and test3, means so output will come form test1, form test2, form test3, and then done. So this is the example of G, how we created the multiple inheritance and how we are using multiple inheritance in a class by using implements keyword. Now this is a example of interface H is there, interface I is there, interface J is there. So 3 interface is there. Now this is the abstract class. Whatever we seen, this is a default class. This is a simple default class, because if you have not provided anything, by default will be default class. But here this is abstract class. So this is abstract class where we are implementing. Class and interface will have a implements keyword. So based on that we have to implement all the properties from this H, I and J interface. So class K have implements and implement multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance concept will achieved here, because multiple interface we are implementing simultaneously in class J. So J, I, H, all the test method, abstract test method implementation will be provided here. So for this class K, only one abstract method implementation has provided, test1. Now what will happen, we have other class L, they extend this class K, fine. So where here we are extending because both are class, so between the class we have to do the extend keyword. So we are extending here, and now we have given the implementation of test2 test3 here, that is also fine. Now main method is available in class L, so we are creating an object, and based on the object reference we are calling test1 test2 test3. This is also valid, we can do that, and these all are non-static methods, so that's why we are creating the object, and based on the reference we are calling. So the output will be form test1, then form test2, then form test3, then done. This will be there. This is class M, this is class N, and in the single class we can declare multiple class, multiple inheritance, no issues. But in this case what will happen, why we are using interface and why we are using class? So see, suppose if I have multiple class, suppose in our project requirement we have to create a multiple class, and in a single class we need to extend other class, other like 5 to 10 classes will be there, so that also I have to extend. So suppose class O want extend M and N. So if you will do by using comma separator here in the class level, means this is not possible. It is not possible because of we cannot use multiple inheritance in Java. So Java does not support multiple inheritance. Why? Because while extending class O, M and N simultaneously we cannot do. If you want, you can do class O extend M, again you have to do class O or some other class and extend N, class OP extend N, because here we are doing simultaneously multiple classes extend. So that will not work because Java does not support multiple inheritance. Multi-level inheritance support, multiple won't be supported here. But in interface, suppose if you have business requirement and Java is not supporting multiple inheritance, in that cases we will go for the interface. We have to create this class as an interface, this class also have an interface, and here we can do this interface M comma N. But interface will have a no method body implementations and method body, so we have to create an abstract method. If your business requirement, in interface we have to create an abstract method, and later you have to provide the implementation for the method. That cases we will go for the multiple inheritance using interface. So these concept mostly we will use for the business requirement, based on the business we can use. So this is a class P. Class P have empty class, and class Q is also empty class, but they are extending the P, that is fine. Then class R is empty class, they are extending Q, this is also fine, and class S extending R, so this is also fine. Means whatever the information will be there in the class P, this will become in this class Q. Whatever information extended class P and Q inside this Q, that will be extended in R, because we are extending here Q in R class, and whatever the information which is coming from PQR, that we will come in this class here, because class S is extending R. So this is multi-level inheritance. Directly we are not doing multiple inheritance by using comma. Why? Because of multiple inheritance not support in Java, but multi-level inheritance support. So this is a multiple inheritance, sorry, this is a multi-level inheritance which is support in Java, but multiple inheritance won't support. So how we will create a multi-level inheritance? We have to extend at a time only one class here. This is a class Q. Class Q have non-static method, this is fine, and class, this is interface. So this interface is a V, which have also non-static method, but this is abstract method. Why? Because of if you are not providing a public abstract, so compiler automatically will provide for the interface is a public abstract, because in definitions already is there. If you will go for the interface definitions, always all the methods should be abstract only. There is no concrete, no other method will be applicable. So this is class w extend u. So this is fine because both is class w and u is a class type. So this class have extend, that is fine. But you want to inherit u class, you want to inherit b class. So b is not a class, b is an interface. So while we go for the class and interface combination, in that cases we will go for the implements. Then whatever w will be there, w will have all the u information and u will have all the v information. Means w will have all the u information and v information. All the informations will be inherit here inside the class w. So in a single class we can extend and implement interface also and extend the class also. But these all are class test1 have a non-static method and class test2 is a abstract method. So for abstract method we need to provide the implementation because there is no method body is there. So for that in class you have method body, open braces close braces is there, but class method test2 does not have method body. So for that we need to provide the implementation. So in class w we provided the implementation public void test2 and then open braces close braces. Here some SOP will be there based on the business requirement. So in this class w we have a main method. So main method u1 equal to new u. So for that, so we can create a u class object. So for this also we can create. So if you will create a u class object and u1.test, based on the reference you can call this u1.test because this is non-static method. So we will create an object and based on the reference we will call. So form test will be printed. Now if you will use w1 equal to new w for this class, so for that cases w1.test1 you can call and w2.test2. So w1.test2 form test will be there and w2.test2 form test2 will be there. And you will not use the interface object creations because here we don't have any method implementation. So if you don't have method implementation you can't call or create an object for that. And then done. So interface and class for inherit, then first is the class inherit and then after the interface. So suppose if you have real examples where you want interface and class both need to be inherit, so one class should have a interface and a class both need to be inherit. So in that cases what will happen, suppose interface and class for inherit, then first priority for the class need to be inherit, then interface need to be inherit. And here we see, but we cannot create a interface object. So already we told we cannot create the interface object because interface object we don't have any implementation for the method, just a abstract method is there. So now we'll go for the next here. So this is a class x having one test method. So this is by default abstract method which have no implementation or no method body. Class, this is sorry interface y, this is interface y. So this is abstract method which have no implementation or method body is there. This is class j which is test method, this have implementation because class, this is class j is there. So this is non-abstract method is there, simple non-abstract method. And then we have a class j. So class j extend, just a minute. Yeah,
क्या नहीं रोएगा इसलिए दूध पिला रहे हैं, थोड़ा दूध सोएगा ये। देखो लेवल पर म्यूट कीजिए, बोलने में समय लगता है।
sound the- so this is class j1. So class j1 extending this class j. So class j have test3 method. This is extended here in this j1, and also they are implementing. So suppose if you have class and interface, so priority will go for the first. We have to extend the class, then we have to implement the interface. So we extended the class j1, sorry j, and this test method 3 has inherit. Now we are implementing continuously x and y both. Why? Because interface method, interface multiple inheritance allowed, not in class. So in interface we can extend multiple inheritance. So multiple interface we can use here. So x and y we inherit here. So x have test 1 and x2, y have test 2. So these two abstract method will inherit here. So in this class j1 have test 1 implementation has provided, and test 2 implementation has provided, and test 3 has inherited because we extended z also. So these three, test 1, test 2 and test 3 is there inside that. And we have a main method, so we created an object of z1. So z, based on the z reference, we created test 1, test 2 and test 3. So all are non-static, and we are calling inside this static method, main method. So based on the object reference we can call. So while we call, the output will be form test 1, form test 2, form test 3, then done. Just a minute. हाँ, हेलो। क्या हाल है? हम्म, कल था, कल ज़्यादा था, अभी ठीक है। गैसे का था, गैस उस पेट उठ थोड़ा जकड़े हुआ था, और जो है सो उनको शाम को थोड़ा सो है सो ज़्यादा अथी हो जाता है, सिर उर थोड़ा दर्द उर्द करते रहता है, और पैर उर तलवा उलवा में, तो वो सब हम बोले एक दिन जाके जो है ना पूरा दिखा देते, फुल बॉडी भी टेस्ट करवा देते। वैसे तो कराए थे, कुछ नहीं निकला, गैस उसके कारण होता होगा, लेकिन कल परसों ज़्यादा था तो सही हो गया, दवा ववा दिए थे तो सही हो गया। बाकी एक दिन का क्या, पाँव, पाँव में झुनझुनी नहीं, तलवा में अथी रहता है, तलवा थोड़ा सा, हाँ लहर मारता है, हाँ तलवा में लहर मारता है, गैस बनता है, थोड़ा कमजोरी, वीकनेस वगैरह लगता है, कभी कभी माथा दर्द होता है। पेट दर्द तो उसके कारण हो गया था, कल कुछ खा लिए ज़्यादा, गैस उस बन गया था उसकी वजह से। हम्म, हम्म, हम्म। खाते हैं लगभग तो सब खाते ही रहते हैं, कभी कभी अनटाइमली हो जाता है। मेन इन लोग का टाइमिंग नहीं है ना खाने पीने का, सबसे ज्यादा कोई टाइमिंग नहीं है खाने का। हाँ, हम्म, या टाइमिंग है। हम लोग का भी यहाँ आके सब कुछ बिगड़ जाता है, टाइमिंग में क्या करें। बनियो जाएगा तो भी नहीं खाते हैं। वही है। ठीक है, हम सोचे एक दिन जाके कभी बीच में देखते हैं, अभी है ना तो एक दिन फुल बॉडी सब करवा देंगे, दांत उत सब करवा देंगे। बाकी अभी ठीक है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, वही जो पुराना सब है वही सब, वो सब बहुत दिन से आज से नहीं चल ही रहा है, लेकिन उसको बीच में देख लेंगे। बाकी बीच में गड़बड़ा गया था कल परसों, तो ठीक है, वही गैस बन गया था। हम्म, हम्म, हम्म। हाँ सब ठीक। हाँ सब ठीक है, बुआ हुआ भी ठीक है। बुआ का भी। रीना आई, वही हम बोले जाती उधर का एक बताती तो उधर का बाबा धाम का प्रसादी भी रख ले ऐसे ही। वो ले जाती। आयु का कपड़ा सब था वो सब ले जाती। सब कुछ ले जाती है उस दिन। तो बोले भी रुक जाने ले। हाँ। हाँ रुक जाने तो बोली हम निकल गए। हम्म। हाँ वही पापा बोले ना, तुम हमें एक बार बताती कि जाना था तो प्रसादी ले जाती, हमारा उधर अभी जाना हो नहीं रहा है। प्रसादी ले जाती, कपड़ा ले जाती सब। हम्म। कोई नहीं। नहीं, ठीक है वही सब थोड़ा बहुत है, लेकिन उसका दिखाएंगे अभी बीच में, देखते हैं। ठीक है और सब। हाँ हाँ। हाँ हाँ आप सब सब ठीक हो गया, कल ही तक था आज। हम्म। हम्म। कल ही था, अब ठीक है कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। वही एक दिन फ्री होके जाते हैं, सैटरडे संडे में दिखा देंगे। और सब ठीक है आप लोग का? हम्म। ठीक है हम करते हैं थोड़ी देर में, बाद में, नहीं तो क्या है कि अभी कॉल पे चल रहा है, हमको लगा कोई अर्जेंट। ठीक है वैसे। हाँ ठीक है कोई दिक्कत नहीं, ठीक है। ठीक ठीक। हेलो। Yeah, so we discuss all this interface here, interface how we are calling, and now we will go for that interface part 2. So this interface part 2, we will have a class interface A and class B is there. But we already told always the priority, suppose if we have a class and interface extend, like we have to inherit this class and interface simultaneously in other class. So the priority will be first will go for the class in inherit, then other interface will inherit. But here what we are doing, the class C is there and we are implementing this A interface. So this will not be applicable, because this till this time is fine, but again if you are extending the class here, so you will get a error. So this error means like a first priority will go for the class extend, then we have to implement the interface. If you have implemented here in class implements A, but after that if you are doing any class extend, that won't work. We'll have a compile time error. So this is a package declared, and then we have a interface A. So here we are getting error. Why? Because in the same package we already have a.java is there. A.java has defined here, uh, but this is a interface type here A, and inside this D have again A is there. So A is already defined either interface or class, not a, not an issue but already defined. So either you have to mention some unique a here or unique different name, so we make a1, and for this b also somewhere is defined, so we have created b1, and then we have c1. Now here we have a c1, then a1, and then b1. So this is interface of a1. Here we have abstract method which does not have any method body or implementation. This is interface B which have abstract method. By default abstract will be there, public abstract void test2, which does not have method body implementation. This is abstract class. So this class is abstract class. So in this class have abstract class method and concrete method. So abstract method is void test2 and sorry test3, and a concrete method is test4 here. Now what we are doing, class D is there, so in this class D we are extending class C1. So class C we can extend. After that what we are doing, we are implementing two interface A1 and B1 by using comma. That is also fine. After class extend we are implementing interface is fine. Now all this test 1 2 3 4 will be inherit in this class D, but test1 test2 and test4 does not have, test1 test2 test3 does not have implementation in that interface and class, abstract class. So whatever we are inherit here, so for that we need to provide the implementations, means we have to provide the method body. So test1 we provided method body, test3 also we provided method body, and test2 also we provided method body. So in class D all this inherit, test1 test2 test3 and test4. This method body already provided because this is concrete, so this also extended here by using inheritance concept, extending. Now we created the object of D class. So this D class d1 dot test1, d1 dot test2, d1 dot test3, d1 dot test4, means all test1 test2 test3 test4 will be called here. So SOP will be printed, and then this main method main end will be printed, this SOP will be printed. So like that we will call from class to interface or interface to class, creations and all will happen. So we declare the package. This is interface E here. This is class F is there. So this class F is a test method. So this test method is we can say like a non-static test method or concrete test method. But concrete test method only applicable in the abstract class or interface. So we can say here in the class, general class is non-static test method. In interface this is a abstract test method because public abstract by default will be there. And suppose if any abstract classes will be there, in that if any test method will be there which have method body, means concrete test method. So this class G extending F means F is fine, and after that implementing E. So this is test1. So while we are class G extending F and E, means these two interface and class has inherit here in the class G. So inheritance concept came, and yeah, so see here in this class interface E have a test1 method, and again class F have test1 method in there. So means we have a main method. So while we are creating the object of class G, G1 equal to new G. So for this test implementation, this is abstract method test1. For that already implementation has been provided in the class F. So no need to provide again in this class G, because somewhere in the same class we have interface and classes are there. So class F some having implementation of test1, because this is abstract test1, so same name of test1 has implementation has provided, means method body has provided. So once you create a reference, based on the reference you will call the test1. So in that cases what will happen, SOP will be printed, and then the again line number 20 SOP will be printed. After this 4 program, we will continue tomorrow for this interface 3. But before that also we will show where we are using real-time interface in our real-time programming or project. So this is interface. We have a two abstract, test 1, test 2. This is class. We have a implementation of test 2 here. This implementation because abstract test 2 implementation, this one. This is class J. So class J extending I and implementing H. So this is H interface. Now we have test 1 implementation. So this test method has provided the implementation here, means method body we provided. Now created the object of class J. So obj.test1, obj.test2, means test1 and test2 will call, and then done method will be there. Now this is class M. So this class M having a package. So this package declared, and after that we have a interface K. So this is interface K is test1. This interface extending this K. So yeah, so while we have a multiple inheritance interface, in that cases we can extend while using interface to interface call or interface to interface inheritance. In that cases we have to use extend keyword, because interface L is also interface and K is also interface. So both cases we use to extend keyword here. So this also have a test K method. K have test1 abstract method and L have test2 abstract method, public abstract. So no implementation has there, no implementation in method body. So for class M we implement, because here we are implementing M2 class to interface here. So class L M2 L is the interface. So implemented by using implement keyword, and test1 and test2 method body implementation we provided here. So test1 and this is test1 and this is test2. Now main method created object, and based on the reference we are calling the object. Why? Because this is all the test method is non static, and we are calling inside this static. So the output will be form test 2 right now, because form test 2 calling first. So form test 2, then form test 1, and then done. This will be there. Now again we have package declaration. So this package declaration is now we have interface and have test 1, abstract test 1, no method implementation, abstract test 2, in interface O, and then we have a interface. So this is also interface type. So interface P means they are extending. So extending, if because interface call will have a extend keyword. So P extending N and O. So here we are using multiple inheritance. So and directly we will call N and O here interface, and this is also have a test 3. Now we have a class Q. So class Q implement P. So implementation will be there because class and interface will have a implementation. Interface and interface will have a extend, and class we have a extend. So always same will have a extend, different will have a implement. So this class and interface we have a implement. So this is test 1, test 2 and test 3. So this test 1, test 2 and test 3 method implementation we provided, test 1, test 2 and test 3. Now what we are doing, we are creating object based on the reference test 1, test 2 and test 3 calling. So our SOP will be there, test 1, test 2 and test 3, and then done. This will be the output. The next, so this is interface. So suppose if we'll go for real-time project, we have a multiple inheritance, multiple abstract classes and all will be there. So how we will call or how we will use the definitions, implementations and all, we will see like this. So this is interface R, this is interface S. This is we'll have a test1, test2. Then this is interface T. So this T is extending S interface because both are interface. So using extend keyword, and if interface can have multiple inheritance support, so S and R by using comma we are extending here. Both interface we are extending in this T interface, and then we'll have a test1, test2, test3 is there. Now we have a different interface U which have test4. Then class B have no class B have simple test5 method here. This is class. Then we have a class W. So class W have a class B extend, so they are extending the V class, means this test5 will extended here, and implementing the T and U. So T, if you are implementing T means S and R also will be there, because if you are implementing T means T have extend of S and R, means T will have a S and R. So T, S and R, and again we have a different interface U. So that also by using comma separator we extended, means all the interface we extended here, like S, R, T, U will be there. And then W has extended V, means all the classes and interface extended in the W class. So W class have a test2. So test2 implementation we provided, test1 implementation provided, test3 implementation provided, test4 implementation provided here. So all interface having abstract method. So for abstract method, if you want to use, then you have to provide the implementation for that particular method. So we provided. Now we are creating the object, because all are non-abstract non-static method implemented. Whatever the implement we provided, all are non-static method. So while we created a main method, so in this main method is a static type. So for that, if you want to access, then you have to create the object of the class, and then based on the reference we will call. So test1, test2, test3, test4, test5 we will call. So output will be form test1, form test2, form test3, form test4, form test5. Then hello world will be printed. So this is a class, abstract class. So this is abstract class, not a common normal class or default class. So while using abstract keyword means abstract class, so abstract class should have a abstract method or concrete method. So abstract method should not have any method body, means comma separator will be there, or no method body or implementation will be there, and non-abstract method will have some method body will be there. So class Y is a default class. They are extending the X class. So X class is abstract type. Okay. So here we are getting some error type. This type of Y implements and inherit the abstract method X. So here what we have, one is abstract class is there, other is non-abstract class. So in non-abstract class we are extending this abstract class X. So while we extend this class, so we need to provide the implementation for this class method. So we have a test1 method. So test1 method we need to provide the implementation. So we have provided the implementation here, but we don't have any main method. That is fine, just we provided the implementation, but whatever the implementation we provided, that is not correct. Why? Because test1 has a non-argument. This is non-argument type, means no argument is available inside this. So for that we need to provide non-argument test1 implementations, but we have provided some argument test1 integer type of I. So that's why compiler will show some error here. If you will remove this, then we don't have any issues. So now we will completed interface 2, interface 3. So tomorrow we will continue interface 1 and 2 completed, 3 we will continue, then we will continue 4, and 5 also. So now we will go for the real time where we are using interface. So 3 4 5 we will complete tomorrow, but we will go for this like where we are using on real time interface. Can you confirm? Are you able to see my
Yeah.
page? We'll go for the real time. Are you able to see browser, right? Java
No.
2.0.
No.
Okay. Now,
Yes.
okay. So here we will see like we have some of the real time project will be there. Just a minute. So suppose if I am going for the React with Java full stack, in that cases. So see that cases. Suppose if I created employee.java, so this employee.java we have a concept of this is public class is there. So public class, and this is a private variable. So why we are using modifier public, private, protected and default, and this is a interface. See here we have declared here interface. So this is public interface. So before interface either will have a public, private, protected, defaults and all. So interface will have a public. So this is public interface. So this is the repository class. So why repository? While we will connect from the database, in that cases we are creating a repository class. So employee having repository class, employee repository, they created a interface here, and in that interface they are extending. So extend means some Java, because this is a class, sorry, this is an interface. So this is interface and they are extending, means if they are extending means others also will have a interface. If class extending means some class will have a other classes will be there, but they have interface. Employee repository is an interface. Why? Because this is an interface keyword here. So this is interface. So same interface can extend interface, a class can extend class. So suppose this is interface employee repository, so they are using extend keyword here, means this JPA repository is also extend keyword. Sorry, interface is there, because this employee repository is the interface and JPO repository is the interface. Here they are using extend keyword. If this is class, employee repository is class, and this JPA repository is class, there also we can use extend keyword. But this is interface. Why? Because we have declared interface employee repository and extend JPA repository. So JPA repository having some of the abstract method will be there. So if you are not providing here any abstract method inside the employee repository, so by default whatever information will be there in the JPA repository will be extended here. So inside all are the abstract method will be there, which have no method body and no implementation will be there. So we have already created this example, right? We created one interface, extend other interface, and inside that, or if not created, then tomorrow we will see this next example. So now see employee repository is there, and we will see here. Here only they use for the database connectivity. uh, we'll see other somewhere. Just a minute. Java news. So these all are the important website where we can learn anything. Either if you want to go for the real time project or just overview for that. So Java in use is also very important website where we have a multiple full stack related real time project is there, and Java guide is there, and how to do in Java also there. These all are the very good important website where you can learn all this real-time project. So here I want to show you like where mostly we used abstract and interface in the project. Java in use is not working. This also have some Java project. Spring Boot project. So in this project we have these all are the project is there, payment bill, transport. So these all are related for JSP core Java only. I need a okay payment bill. This is the operations is there, but I don't know why it's not showing. Created a template, then this is a class implement. So this is employee service. Okay, I think I'm not able to find exactly the proper answers. So tomorrow we will collect this proper project which we will discuss all the concept till now whatever we discuss, and also we will go for this interface abstract and all. So we will take a proper project where we have used all the concept and all.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fine?
Yeah.
And any doubt, anyone?
Because yeah, if you see the if you teach with real project, then we can know how to use it. Otherwise, just we are just
Yeah. So tomorrow what will happen? Like what we'll do tomorrow, we will collect one real project where we will see whatever we discuss, that we will compare why we created and why we gone through this particular topics, and why we are where we are using Xenon. And after that we will continue this abstract and interface there, we will see, and after that we will continue, and whatever the future topic also we will show there only.
okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you everyone then. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you.